Accused of pushing officers off bikes, stealing their batons, throwing rocks at them. 22 counter-protesters were arrested at Seattle's Cal Anderson Park after a violent clash with police. And the question now is, will they or won't they face charges?
Fox 13's Lauren Donovan is at the King County Courthouse. The suspects booked over the weekend were back in court this afternoon.
Yeah, so hours ago, 10 of them were before a judge over at the King County Jail, and counter-protesters who came out there to support them, they were telling me that the 10 that were arrested for felony investigations on Saturday at Cal Anderson Park, the state has declined to file charges against any of them. But if you talk to the King County Prosecutor's Office, you're going to hear that is not the entire story here. So to get the record straight, to pull back the curtain, we've got Casey McNerthney here from the King County Prosecutor's Office. So Casey, let's talk about what exactly happened at court today.
So what folks learned in court this afternoon was that the investigation with Seattle Police is still ongoing. It's not correct to say that King County prosecutors have declined cases, because prosecutors have not. We don't have cases to make charging decisions on one way or the other. It's still in the investigation phase with Seattle Police. Once those are sent to us, then a decision can be made one way or the other.
How much time do Seattle Police get to look over the evidence? Like, this doesn't seem typical compared to past reporting stories where maybe someone's arrested on Tuesday, then Friday we got a charging decision.
It's a little different with other cases that make the news, like shootings. With those cases, it's a little more clear-cut, where you know, or at least you think you know, who fired the shot. In a situation like this, what prosecutors want to do is get as much video evidence as possible. And when you see the photos from City Hall and also Cal Anderson, you see almost everyone had their phones up. So we know there's a lot of video out there. There's also body-worn cameras that we want to see that too. The more video you have, the clearer picture you will get. And that's a stronger case one way or the other. What police have is as much time as they need under the statute of limitations. Cases don't get better with age, but if they need a week or two to gather that information, they can have it.
Okay, so maybe a couple weeks, that seems like that would be normal. Then let's say the evidence gets you get all these videos. What are you looking for in terms of figuring out, is this a felony?
So what prosecutors do at that point is they look at the law, which is pretty clear. Usually it's assault in the third degree, although it could be other crimes. And then you look at the admissible evidence and say, really, the key question is, can prosecutors prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this was an assault or any other type of crime?
Okay, and so let's zoom out and talk about what are the next steps for the folks specifically arrested at Cal Anderson Saturday, and then the folks who were arrested outside City Hall, Rattle in Seattle. Some violent video we saw them just going right up against the cops there.
The next step is that Seattle Police will do those investigations, and we've had folks who have said, hey, can we send prosecutors video? It's important to note that any video that we submit to the court has to be sent to us under the penalty of perjury by police investigators. And that seems like a confusing step. But
yeah, because they probably like, oh, I want to help. I have the footage to show.
Right. And there's probably other videos that even police haven't seen yet. That's why it's important to try to get as much information to the cops who are working on it.